I chuff you. How accurate, Pandora. Get out of there, little birdie. Hello, everyone. Better late than never. Sorry about that. Running a little tardy on this Monday. Well, it is a Monday after all. Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday. As I've pointed out, you're tuned in to the Wildcat Sanctuary. Tigress Pandora was given some awesome Valentine's Day enrichment made by some of our volunteers. She's made a little pit stop in the back because not only is she getting some Valentine's Day enrichment today, but she is also getting scatter fed. So she has her meal kind of distributed in different places throughout the yard. You may see some chicken pieces showing up on that Tipsy Tom there. She is on the prowl and is doing a great job at just forage feeding. And one of the things that we like doing here at the Wildcat Sanctuary is giving them those forage feeding opportunities. Pandora is curious. She's looking around. She's saying, hey, maybe there's food around here. Obviously, she's tinkering. Her mind is thinking. Lots to do, pretty lady. Lots to do besides coming over and telling the paparazzi off. Hello. You got some pretty enrichment over there for an even prettier lady. Thank you for the chuffs. Hey, everyone. Happy Monday. Good afternoon, Kendra Ditto. Let's see who else is in the chat. Let's see. Hey, Nadia. Hi. Hope all is well. Kendra Ditto. Let's see here. Maria P. Hope Maria is hanging in there in Philadelphia. Pandora's going right for the food before she enjoys her enrichment. There's no sense in having fun with your enrichment on an empty stomach, Pandora. Gotta get your appetite going. Hey, Janet Davis, thanks for joining us. Honey D, hello to you. Debbie Silverman, hello. And Natalie Van C. Hey, Nadia. Natalia, sorry, I'm getting all types of names wrong. And Joshua, you got your shot out. Thanks for joining us, Josh. Hope you're doing well. It may be a week away from Valentine's Day, but hey, we are getting ready to celebrate with some of our cats by letting them enjoy some Valentine's Day enrichment. Pandora is the first to be gifted this lovely I Chuff You heart. That was actually created by some of our volunteers. Daisy's going to be getting an I Chuff You heart, and admittedly, as a matter of fact, I have Hannah and Melody here with me. We were just going to be documenting the Valentine's Day enrichment with photos today, but the timing worked out perfectly where I was able to hang back a little bit and do our live post about 15 minutes late. But hey, now we're going to be able to see the enrichment on a live post, and then you'll be seeing kind of the in-action photos on our Facebook page and, of course, our e-newsletter that's going out this Thursday. So lucky you all. As I said, Pandora also was scatter-fed, so she's sitting down in front of her big I Chuff You heart and is chomping down on a piece of chicken. And it also seems appropriate that Pandora does have the I Chuff You heart. Pandora notoriously is one of our biggest chuffers. The chuff, of course, being one of the few vocalizations that a tiger makes. They'll kind of make the mooing noise, a growl. They're able to hiss and roar, but they're also able to chuff. And that's just where they're going to be blowing air, through their throat, out through their nose. And it creates that sound that we all love, the tiger chuff. So Pandora, how appropriate for you to have a heart that says, I chuff you, because you notoriously are one of our biggest chuffers. What do you think, pretty lady? She says, I'm taking my time. I can smell a piece of chicken on that barrel, but maybe I have to knock it over. Maybe I'll have to climb around it. Yeah, she says, I'll knock it over. So it's cool. We just saw Pandora kind of solving the puzzle there. She's like, I know there's a piece of chicken up there, and how do I find it? She's knocked over the barrel. Now it's time to go claim her prize. And obviously we're still taking the opportunities to feed our cats in traditional manners, where we're just using a tong, and that's when we're able to obviously get a closer look at Pandora. She's within a close but safe proximity with the caretakers when they're feeding her. They can get a look at her body condition. They can just look at her mentation and see how her eyes are doing, her coat health, you name it. All types of benefits to that as well. But certainly when we can have the scatter feeding opportunities incorporated into our program here at TWS, that's enjoyable too. Oh, Pandora, what's it gonna be? She has a couple pieces farther back in her habitat, so I may be wondering if she's gonna head back there. And it's always, yeah, she says, I'm heading back for this piece of chicken on the disc back here. And I do have to get you got it, Pandora. I do have to get a little bit of entertainment out of my interns over to my right, making them sweat a little bit, kind of earning this photo from Pandora. It's something that, as the chief photographer here at TWS, now Hannah gets to learn about what it's like to be on the cat's schedule. And if Pandora wants to saunter around and enjoy her meal that's kind of been scatter fed around her habitat, and then eventually come over to her iChuff cardboard enrichment, hey, you can take all the time you want, Pandora, and Hannah and Melody are here at your will. Ooh, her ball. I didn't even see that chicken piece. Her tall ball had a piece of chicken on there. Darn it. Sorry I missed that, everyone. Pandora has this sweet little, you can see the pair of poles that she's sitting in between. Well, those poles lead up to a hanging ball there. And it's just a blast for a cat like Pandora. She can get her exercise and enjoy her treat. Hey, Judy Simon, thanks for joining us. Same to everybody else. Hope you're having a lovely Monday. Pretty mild weather here in Sandstone, Minnesota. Some flurries over the weekend, but also mild weather across the weekend as well, which was great. And then tomorrow, tomorrow it's going to be feeling pretty tropical, as a matter of fact. We're looking at 40-degree temps, and admittedly, you know, I'd always try to be a glass half full type of person. I was just looking at the extended forecast for February, and things are looking kind of mild. So excited to see that what seems like can be a perpetual Minnesota winter may kind of be calming down a little bit. What do you think, Pandy? We've got some excellent enrichment up here. She says, I'm taking my time. What do we think, Miss Pandy? She says, oh, here I come. Kendra Ditto asking, do y'all take down the barrel feeders in the winter? You know, Kendra, typically we don't. The barrels, she says, it's enrichment time. The barrels are typically made out of plastic. Not typically, they're always made out of plastic. So you're never going to have any type of, if the cat's tongue is going to get frozen to the barrel, it's plastic. There wouldn't be any situation like that. But no, we still do incorporate the barrel feeders throughout winter as well. Speaking of which, admittedly, Pandora is a little more interested in her food, and typical tiger, typical cat, who could blame them? But she has one of those disc toys in the back that they set back for her and put some treats on that. So she keeps on making kind of passes around there to make sure she hasn't missed out on a chicken piece. But we'll wait for her to swing up one more time, and I'm sure Daisy, who is having her habitat cleaned as well as some enrichment placed for her, I'm sure would want to enjoy her enrichment on this live post as well. But got to make the plug, Pandora. You can see Hannah and Melody taking photos behind me. You'll certainly see some of those on social media, but you'll actually see even more of them if you subscribe to our e-newsletter. Thank you. If you subscribe to our e-newsletter, where we're going to be sharing all of the Valentine's Day photos that we're going to be gathering this week. Typically, you are going to always find photos and video that you might not see on social media, or doesn't make the cut for our social media platforms on our e-newsletter. And so I always suggest, whether it's you wanting to see that exclusive content you're not seeing on social media, maybe you're just wanting to be the first in the know about a new rescue or any type of sanctuary update, you're always going to hear me plug our TWS e-newsletter, and that can be signed up just by visiting our website at wildcatsanctuary.org, and you'll see a nifty little drop down that will pop up, and you'll be able to sign right up. Fun to see how Pandora uses the one of the poles there, kind of as a step for herself. What do you think, Miss Pandy Lady? Hannah, did you get some photos?
I sure did.
She's quick, but hey, it's part of the learning process. Hannah joined the media crew here. That would have been about a month ago, maybe a month and some change. And Melody, it's sad to say that she'll be with us until the end of the month, but it takes a lot of hands in the pot to keep things running here at social media, whether it's gathering photos, whether it's doing live posts like this, all the behind the scenes work that goes into managing our social media channels. It's a lot of work, and Hannah and Melody certainly have been doing a great job. It's fun for me to be standing next to Hannah and maybe experiencing some of the same feelings that she may have of, oh, I wish Pandora would have hung out next to that box for a second longer, almost got the shot, or waiting at Pandora's mercy for her to enjoy her enrichment. So fun nonetheless, and the trials of working here at TWS is we are at the mercy of these pretty kitties, and we wouldn't have it any other way. And here's my favorite part of the post, where everybody gets to boast about how much warmer their weather is in Minnesota. I guess 42 degrees isn't too much warmer, Kathy Barton. And this has just been excellent. I know I kind of keep on sounding like a broken record here, but Pandora is being scatter-fed in addition to the enrichment that she's placed with her. And you can see just how much of an agenda Pandora has had during this live post. She's been marching around, knows that there's food out there, and knows that it's up to her to kind of solve this puzzle. Look at that, Pandora. And so it really is so cool just to be able to share just such a prime example of how we try our hardest here at the Wildcat Sanctuary to give a fulfilling life to our residents and rescues. Oh, someone's asking, did she get the chicken she knocked off the barrel? Well, now she did. She finally found it. She says, I got the tiger nose. I can find anything. 17 in Wisconsin. That's pretty much what we're sitting at, Don. Chris Gifford, your lives are wonderful. Thank you. Well, thank you, Chris, for joining us. And also be sure to thank all the 200-something people watching this post, because it's the community that Tammy and the Wildcat Sanctuary that was created here, and the support system that we've all created here for our cats. So thank you for your compliment, and as I always say, be sure to thank yourself and your peers that you're seeing in the chat, because we are all in this together, and it's amazing with your support, what we're able to accomplish. What do you think? I chuff you, Pandora. We all chuff you. She says, I don't know. Yes. Big chuffs. That's why we gave you the I chuff you heart, Pandora, is because you're notoriously quite the chuffer. Quite the chuffer. And also, as a matter of fact, I hear them putting the finishing touches on tigress Daisy's habitat. Like I said, they're doing scatter feeding all throughout Wild Woodlands here. And Daisy's up next, and we'll also be able to see a little bit of the Valentine's Day enrichment. Because as I said earlier, this was just going to be photos. I had other plans for the live post, but now we are bringing you guys along for the ride, and you're not only going to be able to see the action happen here on the live post, but you'll be seeing these photos on social media as well as our e-news later this week. So, team, why don't you guys head over there? You guys know the drill, and you can let Rio know that we're ready. I'm going to walk this way, and I'll meet you guys over there. So you guys, obviously, you can let Daisy out and give her access and get your photos started, and I'll be able to meet you guys. Perfect. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Melody. Awesome, awesome. All right, and we're gonna go maybe see if Tarek and Polina are out as we kind of circumnavigate Wild Woodlands here and head the opposite way. I hear Leo the lion singing. Leo, you and I crossed swords last Friday, where Leo christened me on a live post and did what is in the nature of wildcats, and is to spray and mark things. I don't see Tarek and Polina, so we're just going to keep on trucking over to Leo and Mansa, and then we'll be right across the way from Daisy May. So I appreciate everyone's patience. Hoping we could pick up a couple cats on the way over. Just looking through some comments as I'm walking here. Oh, look at that. Loving seeing all the people talking to each other. Love seeing Lori cheering on Melody and Hannah as well. Stephanie Rutherford is asking, how's Bruno doing? Bruno is doing tremendous. They were talking about him at Huddle, at just how well he's doing, and Bruno is actually in line to receive some Valentine's Day enrichment, so you can look forward to those photos popping up in the e-newsletter as well. All right, and it looks like the stage is just about set for Daisy. Here goes caretaker Rio, caretaker Jessica, and their hardworking intern Alex. They just went through every single yard here at Wild Woodlands. We got some flurries over the week, so they made sure they were shoveling off any perches or platforms. Obviously kind of touched up some of their walking pathways. And then as we've seen, they've been scatter feeding some of the cats while they've been in their habitats. So exciting, and that's just what's so awesome about these live posts is we're just dropping you guys in to a regular old day here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. You get to see what happens here on a daily basis. You get to see how we specialize in what we do here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, and it's just one of the many awesome things about the live post. Obviously visiting with the cats you guys do so much to support, but also just understanding the operation around here and how we put an emphasis on the level of care that we give our cats is also pretty cool too. In my opinion, Mr. Tacoma, who says I'm warm and snuggly. It looks like actually Rainier on the left and Tacoma on the right. They're in their favorite spot for spectating that crazy tigress across the way. Crazy Daisy. And speaking of which, here is the one, the only, Miss Daisy. Well, hello. And so Pandora, her enrichment said, I chuff you, and obviously was very just accurate for the tigress that we know Pandora as. And I think you'll agree with me that Daisy's heart is also accurate to her personality and who she is. Daisy's heart says always on the prowl, because we know that Daisy is always on the prowl, whether she's stalking the paparazzi or her caretakers. Daisy's always up to something, and I thought that would be the perfect heart to give her. And just another shout out to our volunteers who made this cute Valentine's Day enrichment. This is kind of just a tease of some of the things we're going to be putting out for the cats this week, and certainly fun to get the cats in on our human holidays here. And obviously it is enrichment, so Miss Daisy's benefiting it from that standpoint as well. She says, but first, let me just crunch down on a piece of chicken here. And I always love, I'm going to come over here with the gals. I always do love seeing Daisy in situations where she's exhibiting her true nature, that of an apex predator, where Daisy, and rightfully so, gets very possessive when any food is in the situation. So you can see Daisy, she's eating, she's kind of looking around, keeping her head on the swivel. Obviously, in no situation whatsoever at the Wildcat Sanctuary would we take away food from a cat. But still, that's just within their possessive nature to always protect what they have. And so you're going to see Daisy, she'll maybe drop her ears down, maybe occasionally she'll hiss. But again, that's just Daisy showing us what she's made of, showing us that she is a true tiger and demands the respect of one. Oftentimes we see Daisy being a goofball and just sauntering around her habitat, but it's amazing how quickly the chemistry changes with these wildcats. And I say wildcats, anywhere down from our hybrids all the way up to the big ones, how fast that chemistry can change when food is introduced into the situation. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Mmm. Oh, Daria, you're making me laugh with that comment. Let's see. Daria D saying, Daisy needs a restraining order, heart, for excessive stalking. She's always on the prowl, aren't you, Miss Daisy? How apropos, pretty lady. If I had a dime for every time I've been stalked by Daisy, then I don't know what, Daisy. I think I'd be a rich man. So it looks like they hid a majority of her food on top of the barrel. I think she's got a piece of chicken in the tree behind the heart. Ooh, so there might be a little collateral damage when Daisy jumps up to get that chicken piece out of the tree there. You can do it, Daisy! Oh, very delicate, very, very delicate, Daisy. She was like a surgeon sneaking up behind her box and grabbing that chicken piece. Well done, Miss Daisy. Still laughing at Daria's comment. Hey, thanks for that comment, Chizzy. She is enjoying that chicken, Maria. Linda K, love that heart on the prowl. We do too. Our volunteers did a great job. And man, that couldn't suit you more, Miss Daisy. That could not suit you more. Hi, Louise. And thank you for joining us. And it's such a nice comment. Thank you for this joyful and instructive post on Pandora and Daisy. Have a nice day. Thank you, Louise. Of course, always love when you guys are chiming in, and I love seeing instructive. That means maybe you heard some or learned something, which is even better. So thank you on both fronts. And Barbara F, highlight of my day watching these lives. Barbara, that's so awesome to hear. That's makes me absolutely happy that our rescues here at the Wildcat Sanctuary can bring that type of positivity into your life. I'm very privileged to be bringing them to you all. That is awesome, awesome. What do we think, pretty lady? She says, I might have had all the goodies, and it's time to do what I do best. Is it time to do what Daisy does best? And that is destroy. And Yada saying, I have to be possessive of my food too, or my cats try to steal it. Ooh, Daisy, you doing a little stinky? Do you smell some of the scents that we have on there? Yeah. Kendra ditto when we were talking about Daisy's predator response when food is introduced in the situation. Kendra ditto saying it really was surprising how much her behavior changed when food was involved. No more happy Daisy, all predator. Exactly, all predator. And it's definitely something where, hey, I love dropping by Daisy on a live post, and she's hopping along and skipping along with us and chuffing, and there's certainly enjoyment to be had in that. But at the end of the day, we're just recognizing that Daisy may appear to be chuffy and kind of loving like that, but the reality of the situation is that she is an apex predator. And it's great that she gives us moments like we've seen today that reminds us of that, because that is what we need. And unfortunately, that's the type of education a lot of people need who think that interacting with these apex predators, whether it's for photo opportunities, bottle feeding opportunities, whether it's purchasing them as a pet, this is the type of information that they need to know, is that they are not pets and they're hardwired to not be pets. Trudging along, Miss Daisy. I went one way, you went the other. I think it might be heart time, but I'm not sure I want to move. I can tell she's getting herself excited. I'm going to see if I can make it over there. Is it time? There we go. This is a good angle for us. That's a good angle for us. Happy Monday, everyone. Got a little late start on today's live post, but it's been a fun one nonetheless. A little bit of dual tigers. We have had Tigress Pandora enjoying some, I was about to say Halloween enrichment, Valentine's Day enrichment, as well as Miss Daisy Lady enjoying some of her Valentine's Day enrichment. So awesome to see the comments that are being shared now regarding what we were just talking about earlier, about how Daisy is a apex predator and not only deserves but demands the respect as such. Just love seeing how everyone is become so informed and educated with what is an appropriate pet, how to say no to an appropriate pet, or an inappropriate pet. La-di-da-di-da, says Daisy. I do think that she's kind of going around and checking the different trees ever since she found one of the chicken pieces in one tree. So might be kind of hard for you guys to see. But she was just looking at one tree. She's got her mouth open, so she's snooping around and it's just great to see that. How curious you are, Miss Daisy. Uh-oh. Oh, and we got a great angle. Saw the propane truck heading down this way. Looks like they're going to put it on pause for now, which is nice. What do you think, Miss Daisy? Daisy does say, she says, is there some chicken around here? I think you got it all, pretty lady. That box is ready to be prowled on. Yeah, you are looking rather majestic as you pose next to it, Miss Daisy. I'll say that much. Tracy F saying the phlegm in response, or stinky face. Same with Kathy B. I've been seeing a lot of that as well. We did put on some perfume there, and then you can tell she's kind of just been opening up her mouth and snooping around. I also think that she's trying to determine she's trying to determine if there's any more foods left. But she says, I don't know. What do you think, Miss Daisy? Says it might be one of those situations where you got to hang out and you just wait until the final moment and I will go and play with my enrichment. So we'll hang out here for a moment longer. But if not, rest assured, the media interns, along with myself, will be here to document the fun, and you can look forward to seeing if she does not. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You'll be able to see the final product on our e-news post regardless, so... Ooh, I got a cold hand. Uh-oh. Daisy, Daisy, Daisy. Now, Miss Daisy is always going to be one of those tigresses who will have a playful spirit. But she's definitely one of our tigresses who, as she matures, it's seems like she shows her maturity sometimes when it comes to dealing with these cardboard enrichment. She says, maybe I'd prefer something more sophisticated. I'm a sophisticated lady. Well, we know you love the boxes, Miss Daisy. But if you want to rip and tear, that is totally fine. Someone's saying, Hannah, you better have gotten good photos or else. Julie Neville saying, Daisy is playing a game of psych with you today. I think that, and I also think that she wishes that cardboard box was one giant chicken breast, too. Boo! All right, Miss Daisy. I'm going to hang out for a few minutes longer, and then I think we'll wrap things up. My fingers sometimes work on the phone and sometimes don't. Daisy's getting her claws sharp. That's how you can tell you got cold fingers. There we go. Wendy Fisher asking, how much meat do you go through in a day of feeding? So, just about every single day here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, our caretaking staff is prepping out just about 400 pounds of food for our 100 plus residents here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. So just to give you an idea of that, about a little less than 400 pounds of food a day, it to be fed out to every single cat here at TWS. And so that's not a week, that is just every single day they're prepping out that nearly 400 pound mark. So totally a huge number, there's no doubt about that. And definitely something, as you can imagine, for many of those who have supported the Wildcat Sanctuary with a gift, and out of the many aspects of how your support benefits the cats here, obviously one of them being an amazing diet that we provide our cats. Not only beef, not only chicken, but also options like game. So we have different things like partridges, we have rabbits, sometimes we'll have geese or venison, just various wild games that often is going to find itself as a very essential part of their diet. On the prowl, Daisy. You have been on the prowl today, if I may say so myself. Snoop, snoop-a-loop. That's a lot of food. You're right about that, Maria. It is a whole lot. Yep, Kendra Ditto. We also do carcass feedings. That's correct. And that's not a living carcass. So oftentimes we'll have like a venison quarter, so that'll kind of be their back haunch and their leg. Oftentimes we'll have kind of lambs or goats. But definitely include that as well. And I think there was a follow-up question. That would be great too, Wendy. You asked to that is, do you get a lot of meat donated or do you have to buy it? And so we buy our meat. One, we're buying them from reputable distributors where obviously we can rely on the quality, but also rely on consistent supply of that. If we were operating off of a donated basis, there would always still be some type of gray zone of ensuring that we have the supply that we need. So we're always purchasing, man alive, Daisy, our meat. And of course, when the paparazzi just starts talking about something completely unrelated, you go to town on your cardboard enrichment. We made it, everyone. Without further ado, Crazy Daisy is showing off why she's been endearingly nicknamed Crazy Daisy with that big smile on her face. Look at that. Have you ever seen a tiger smile? Woo! She says, this is what we were talking about. I just had to make sure that there weren't any more chicken pieces around here before I get started. Now Leo's stepping outside to cheer her on. So that was another fun example, Hannah. For with Pandora, we were, kind of at her mercy, waiting for her to come and enjoy her enrichment. And Daisy, we were kind of doing the same, but a good kind of learning point of how fast it can happen. Just boom, her enrichment. What was a box that was crafted just for you, Daisy, is now been turned to a pile of scraps, pretty much. And look at the what I would say is a rather proud look that Miss Daisy has assumed as she's sitting on her platform there. Very proud of what she's done here. She got to strut her stuff for the live post, and then to cap it all off, she got to crash and bang with her Valentine's enrichment. Well, everyone, I think we did it. We got to see a little bit of Pandora. We got to see a little bit of Daisy. And kind of like I said, oops, sorry, I didn't zoom out there. My fingers aren't working. Kind of like I said, we were planning on just taking these photos and including them in the live post. So we're glad we got to include not only the gathering of photos, but the fun in the live post as well. And that e-news will be going out this Thursday, so you can look forward to seeing these photos. And we have a handful of other cats who are going to be enjoying some Valentine's Day enrichment. So I know that all of you are also great about signing up for our e-newsletter, but just wanted to plug it one last time so you guys are able to partake in the Valentine's Day fun that'll be happening here at TWS. Look how majestic this pretty lady looks. Wow. Wow. Lois A., well, thank you for joining us. And Lori Heath, nailing it. Thank you for plugging the e-news link there. Very much appreciated. And Daniel, come on now. I may be cool, but sometimes I don't realize it. So I appreciate that type of reinforcement. Very flattering. Great to see everybody signing off, saying how fun of a post they had. Thank you, everyone, for the final comments. Valerie had fun. Let's see who else had fun. Laura Reed, thank you. Ellen Simmons, thank you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, Miss Daisy. Everyone have an excellent rest of your Monday. It is certainly going to be a great day tomorrow. 40 degrees here in February in Minnesota. The cats are certainly going to be active. And you bet we'll be here back on a live post to bring you some warm weather in the middle of February tomorrow. But until then, have an excellent rest of your day, everyone. And we will see you back here at the Wildcat Sanctuary tomorrow.